Welcome to qualifying everyone, it's Nick back again, and we're in the garage in Catalonia in Spain for round 5 of the championship. Now I'm not hanging around here, I'm going to get on the track as quickly as I can because this follows on from the worst practice session I've had in the championship so far, where I was plumb last out of all the times set. I wasn't a quick lap at the end, but I think that only would have brought me up a couple of places, so I'm sort of going to use this as a testing session as well. So if I start off on the back of the grid in Spain, I've got no chance at all. So just trying to grab some sort of points. The weather seems quite fine, which is good, although I think I'll do better in the rain. Now the quickest practice time I did in that session was 1:28.171, which is a staggering 4.5 seconds slower than the quickest Red Bull, the pole sitter provisionally of Sebastian Vettel. He did a 1:23.599. Both Red Bulls are quicker. Webber was next at 0.617, then Hamilton, then Alonso and Massa as they go off again. But this track's got a bit of a bug in it in this programme, and that the cars are a lot more competitive here than practically every other track. There's another track where it's difficult as well, but this one people really struggle on it. So it could be damage limitation here, me trying to get some points, but I need to get some sort of grid position on it or I'm dead. In the real race in 2010 it was won by Mark Webber. Is that right? Yep, he come first. Alonso was second and third was Vettel in the second of the Red Bulls. Mark Webber led for every lap, so he's the one to watch here. But I need to finish ahead if possible. It's going to be difficult on this track, ahead of Lewis Hamilton. He's gradually getting further and further away in the championship. Now I think that's Alonso ahead of me, so I might be able to use him as a guide to know where to brake for the corners to try and get some sort of lap. So I need to go a lot quicker than I did in practice, that's for sure. And qualifying is a bit of a free-for-all in this session because it doesn't last very long, so they've got it on short race weekend. Right, let's keep Alonso in my sights here. Near the end of the grid, I think a slower car's just topped out in front of him. That isn't too bad. Right, I can pretty much accelerate round here. This corner the car just wants to leave the track, but I want to go full speed. A bit of luck with gods. Right, Kovalainen is pretty much kept out of the way there. I do not want to be at the back, so I'm quite close to Alonso, which means my time so far isn't too bad. Although on my splits I wasn't particularly bad through sector 1, it was sector 2 and 3 I had the trouble. Starting with this corner down here, where it's a break and then uphill. Try and hug that, then try and cut across here. Now this corner's a bit hard, how quickly can you go round this? Well, that isn't brilliant, but Alonso's still in sight ahead of me. So I'll be very surprised if I get pole position here or end up on the front row. But I just want to keep it tidy. Because as I say, in practice I couldn't even go quicker than the HRTs, the Virgin cars, or the Lotus cars, which are basically the back end. So Hamilton's gone quickest, with time a bit out of my control at the moment. This bit of the track I find the most awkward, most prone to spinning it. It's definitely not as quick as Alonso because he's got away a little bit, but as long as I'm not at the back. Alonso's gone quickest, I've gone third. Well, that's quicker than I was in practice, so, you know, that's a good marker initially. That's not bad at all compared to what I was before. It's not super stunning, but, you know, it's respectable. But I'm going to have to go a bit quicker than that because they're already falling down the order. Slower, so I had to go around that car, so this probably isn't going to be quicker. And definitely not going to be quicker now. So I'll go round for a bit. Obviously not collect this traffic. I'll go around for a bit, learn a bit more and see if I can go round again a bit quicker. I think Schumacher set a time behind me, the Mercedes, so I'm ahead of them. Which is a huge improvement over practice where I was starting to get a little bit worried, you know. Could I get something out of this? Whoops. Quite tricky this. Quite a lot of fast bends. And
almost out of fuel. Almost out of
thank
fuel.
you.
You need to pivot
Quite
in the next 2
a lot of fast bends here, and my car with my setup is struggling, so, you know, I couldn't really find a decent setup online, couldn't find anything I'm happy with. Car seems to understeer on a lot of the bends. I find it hard to carry speed through, and the opposition AI is just quicker than me through the bends. It seems like they've got much more downforce and also top speed as well, so I don't know how they've managed both of those. I think there should be a steward's inquiry. Right, okay, so we're 7th out of 24, but not plumb last. I don't know where that's going to end up sitting us.
You've fallen down the order. You're now in 7th.
7th, okay. Well, that's not last. So look at the map on the bottom right. There's a car directly behind me. Yep, got that all wrong. Anyway, I'll keep forward it on because I might be up in the splits anyway due to my slack being so slow. Cars really gain on me around this corner, which they've got no right to do. It's a loss of downforce when you follow another car. But for some reason they seem to be able to get right underneath my wing. I don't think this is going to be anything, so we'll go round again. The pit crew mechanic did say we got about 2 laps of fuel. I think you get penalised if you run out of fuel actually on a lap, so I think we'll have another lap after this. Yeah. Kubica ahead of me there, dropped down to 9th, still ahead of Rosberg's Mercedes. So I'm with the quicker cars, not the quickest ones. Vettel's quickest again. He was quickest in practice with 1:23.5, so he must be favourite to get pole position. He hasn't won any races yet. His teammate Mark Webber has, in Malaysia. Hamilton's won 2. In Australia and China. I've only won 1, and that was the first race, and I thought the championship was off to a good start then, but ever since then I've struggled.
You've been shunted down to
9th place. We're still in the top 10, but I want to go a bit quicker. If I can just do another couple of attempts, that might move me up a little bit. Right, okay, look out for green split tyres. I mean, the tyres are starting to go off a bit now, but the car's never been lighter. Come on, let's have a bit of green. No. Dear me. Oh well. Anyway, so it's the first good initial lap. I don't know if we'll continue. There's 2 cars side by side and they've caused me to be unsighted there and I'm gone. Oops. There's someone's wing plate. Oh dear. Sorry, Kovalainen. Was that my fault or was it his fault? It might have been my... I did rejoin the track, but I didn't see him. It was possibly my fault, but I haven't been penalised. They sometimes do penalise you or ban you from the race. Yeah, well, sorry Kovalainen, as I go past Hulkenberg in the Williams. Let's say that was a racing incident. Was that my fault? Comment below. It doesn't seem like my car's damaged though, robust as it is, but Kovalainen has lost both of his front plates. I think we're going to have to come in here. 9th out of 24. As I say, a lot better than practice, but in practice I was absolutely hopeless. Whoops, there we go. So that's the problem here. So easy to spin if you take the curbs too much. And you have to take the curves to go quick, so maybe I should have set extra downforce on the setup, but then I'll be lacking on the straight. So it's a balance. 9th, right. Although that seems bad for a McLaren, that's a good marker for me initially on this bogey track. They're the boys. Push me in again, lads. And we'll have a see where we are off that. On this track as well, it seems to be most likely that you get spinners on it because of those tight bends. Opponents really wrestling with the low downforce. So we will see a few spinners in the race, I think. More than likely me.
We've been moved down to 9th.
Yeah. So I'm 2 seconds off the quickest lap, which is...
Your time in Sector 1 is good, but you're losing a lot of time through Sector 2.
Yeah, 2 seconds is huge in Formula 1. Practice I was 4.5, but 2, that's a big leap forward, but still, I might as well be in a different formula. Sutil's gone ahead of me, Petrov as well, Schumacher's ahead, I'm down in 11th, just above the Williams. Need to go a bit quicker than this. We've only got about 7 minutes 44 left.
Get the car off the jacks and start the engine.
Come on lads, we'll go out for another one. This will be our last go. This will be our last go. 11th. See, now when you're in the middle of the pack, when you accelerate to go to the first corner, if you don't hold speed or you're going slower than the cars around you, your chances of getting turned around are quite high. There's Hamilton being pushed in, that's delayed me. Now waiting for a safe pit release so no one else is coming down the pit lane because it's so crowded. Come on, I haven't got too much time here. Ferrari coming in again. They quite often get in my way, the Ferraris. It's almost as if they're timing it. Right, it's still nice and sunny. There's the positions there you can see on the big pole thing. So weather's staying the same. I've got clear track in front of me. So this is the installation lap. So this lap does not count for the pole time or the grid time. But when I pass the finish straight next, I want to be going maximum speed so I get a good old lap. Yeah, perfecting this one is awkward. There we go. Well done, Nicky. Great start. So already my radiators are full up with gravel. But the next race after this is Monaco, and that'll be even more unforgiving. But I'll know the setups. I'll go on the highest downforce straight away. There's no confusion there. You want maximum steering lock, maximum downforce. So I won't mess about in standard setup. I'll go out straight away on that. See what we can do. The qualifying is a short lap at Monaco. So it could be a random grid because it's limited time out there. You get stuck behind a car, it can cost you about 2 or 3 seconds a lap. So if I get clear space, I could end up near the front. If I get stuck with the others, where it could be middling. But as long as, not wishing him bad or anything, as long as Lewis has a bad qualifying lap, because I need him to do bad on one track, because he's doing really well on every one so far. Beat me in the last 3 races. Oh, don't damage the car, hold it, good. We went through a polystyrene bollard. Okay, good. Well, not good, but could have been worse. Right, let's just hold it together for a lap. We've got the marker down, that's 11th. But you never know, Rubens Barrichello could go past me if he puts in a quick lap near the end. It must be under 5 minutes, we're coming up to 5 minutes left here. The timer's bound to come up in a minute. Maybe halfway around the lap. Oh, who's that? Someone's come out right at the wrong point. I've got round him. That really, yeah, that upset the lap. Nobody's. Deary me.
5 minutes to go.
I think that was Sutil. They released him right at the wrong time. Yeah, this lap's messed up completely. This won't be green. No. So this ain't going to happen on this lap. Did Force India do that on purpose, or was I just unlucky? Right, so we'll use this as another learning lap then. Burn the fuel, get the car a bit lighter, warm the tyres in, we'll go for it on the next lap. Unless we get a miracle here, which we won't. Sometimes when you're a bit more relaxed and not going for it, you end up going quicker. But it won't be this time. Right, there's another car in front of me going slow. Could be a Renault. It is. Let me pass, please, or go in the pits. Yep, I'm going to have 2 cars in front of me here. A Renault and a BMW, it looks. Kubica. Please go in the pits. Either of these 2 could be in trouble, but you know, they're probably going to go around quicker than me, these 2, so maybe they won't be a problem. But they're both going round, so hopefully they won't be a problem. But I need to get a quick lap. I think they're far enough ahead, to be honest. There's not much speed differential.
You're currently in 11th.
Row 6 is me and Barrichello. Need to get up amongst it. Caught that quite well. Caught that quite well. Try and hold speed around here, which I find tricky, but I've got on the inside. We'll have to ease off slightly there. Lost a few tenths. Split, slower. Wide there. Can I get round for another lap after this one? Yeah, and wide again. Barely kept it on the track. Really struggling to keep this car rooted. Probably me, oh dear, probably me driving wide everywhere. We were on the stones.
Here, you need to pit before you run out of fuel.
That's,
within 2 laps.
Well,
3 minutes to go.
no grip at all. There's a car behind me that I'm holding up. Anyway, this might work out, because I'm going to go past the finish straight before the 2 minutes 48 left. I'll start another quick lap. But I'm holding position in 11th, it seems. Don't want to drop down further than that, although that would be very tricky starting from there. Unless I get a good run into the first corner and overtake a few pods, it could be game over. Right, there's a car right underneath my wing. Probably go for the overtake.
Being shunted into
12 now, Liuzzi's gone faster. Liuzzi and the other Force India. Getting a bit serious now. Oh! Don't damage the car. This isn't looking good, is it, folks? This is going to be a race weekend to forget, I think. Can I do anything from 12? Well, the it's debatable now. I might be able to get round for another one, but will that do any good? Fuel is almost empty. Probably be able to do another lap after this, according to the crew. But this is so frustrating. Why can't I get this track right? Do not know. Let's blame it on the bug. I'm really having to push it, and the setup isn't brilliant, and it's all going wrong. I can't remember other Formula 1 racing games where I struggled like this. It's probably loads, but it's just how they treat the AI, really. I mean, for me, it's almost like it's on expert or something, and I'm not an expert driver. Good. I don't want anyone behind me. Unless anyone comes out on the pit straight afterwards, I'm going to have a clear track ahead, so that won't disturb me. Good old Catalonia. There is another race in Spain, which counts as the European Grand Prix Valencia. I can't quite remember offhand if it's included in the 2010 series. And Nick, see, look, right, that normally would have a massive crash. Because I'm near the pit lane, you go see-through. Only because of that pit entry. It wouldn't happen anywhere else on the track, so I think we would have been in the hospital then. But anyway, not very realistic. That's the only bit of the track it happens.
You're well off the pace in all 3 sectors.
You think so? Right. Here we go.
Left in the session.
Yeah, it's now or never. I will be allowed to complete this lap. Come on, I need to get up from 12th. Even if it's just a position. Front row will be good. Webber's gone quickest, as he did in the real life, so it's quite realistic there. Don't know who's second. Possibly a Red Bull, I guess, Vettel. They were the quickest round here. Right, okay, so we're looking forward. Try and get this right as much as I can. Bit early, but got away with it. Hearts in the mouth round here. Not bad again. Right, split please. What's the split going to be? Down. There is time to be gained though if I risk it on the last few bends. I'm always very cautious through there. But this isn't going to be any improvement, or if it is, only a small improvement. Well, I might as well give it everything now then. Right, see what we do through here. Roll over the top. Oh, car hasn't spanned that time. That was quicker. That was quicker. Has that gained me anything? I think it did.
You've made it into 10th place on the grid.
Got up to 10th place, but 1.6 seconds slower than the quickest man. Webber's fastest, Vettel second, third Hamilton, my teammate, then Alonso and Rosberg. Well, that was pretty disastrous, but not as bad as practice. So I'm up into 10th, my worst qualifying position so far in the season, but you never know. I might be able to do something from there if lucky. 10th place does get a point if you finish there. Well, anyway, thanks for watching qualifying and practice as well if you did before that point. I will see you in the race tomorrow, all being well. So until then, take care and goodbye.
Goodbye.